Good evening and welcome to Mission Control Houston and NASA TV coverage of the Progress 56 docking to the International Space Station. We're about 31 minutes away now from the docking, scheduled for 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Progress 56 will be docking to the Piers docking compartment on board the International Space Station and bring with it 5,705 pounds of cargo. It's been about 5 hours now since the Progress 56 launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. That occurred right on time at 4:44 p.m. Central Time. I'm seeing recorded views of the launch here. The launch went exactly as planned, and the Progress made it to orbit a little over 8 minutes later, and has since been making its way closer and closer to the International Space Station in this single-day launch to docking. Since launch, the Progress has performed 4 major burns that have put it on its way to the International Space Station. And as you can see here, it is just in view from these cameras on board the exterior of the space station. This station and Progress are currently about 261 miles above Australia, moving southeast.
I'm ready on your go to activate throttle. Copy, Alexander.
In addition to those 4 major burns that have put the Progress on the way to the space station, there are also a series of 6 smaller burns, and the 4th of those was just completed, and according to the team here on the ground, went exactly as planned. At this point in its journey, the space station is coming up on the point where it's within 2 kilometers of the space station. That's about 1.2 miles.
Alexander, it's a go. Activate.
In the next few minutes, it'll be performing the 5th and 6th of those small burns before it begins, or before it is in place and ready to begin its fly around of the space station that will get it into place in front of the Piers docking compartment for its docking, scheduled at 10:30 p.m. Central Time.
It's thorough test of the raw and root controllers without the impact to the Progress vehicle. Copy, in work.
Progress 56 is bringing with it to the space station 5,705 pounds of cargo, and in that is included 1,764 pounds of propellant, 48 pounds of oxygen, 57 pounds of air, 926 of water, and 2,910 pounds of food, supplies, and spare parts, as well as other dry cargo. It's going to be replacing the Progress 55 at the Piers docking compartment. Progress 55 undocked from the Piers on Monday at 4:44 p.m. Central Time, and has since then moved a safe distance away from the International Space Station to undergo 10 days of engineering testing before it's deorbited and left to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere on July 31st.
initial. BPS исходная, BPS initial is activated. LED, all LEDs are illuminated. Okay, copy.
On board the station and waiting for the arrival of the Progress is the Expedition 40 crew. That includes Commander Steve Swanson, Flight Engineers Alexander Skvortsov, and Oleg Artemiev, as well as Max Sarayev, NASA Flight Engineer Reed Weissman, and European Flight Engineer Alexander Gerst.
I'm performing a ROA, or rotational.
They are staying up much later than normal tonight. They normally begin their day around 1 a.m. Central Time, and instead today are going to be going to bed around 11:30 p.m. Central Time to accommodate this late arrival of the cargo vehicle Progress 56, which you can see again here in this video, this external view from the external cameras on board the space station. A small speck in the
Everything is nominal.
now middle of the screen
Pitch.
as the teams here on the ground adjust the cameras to get a better view. It's continuing to move in closer
Okay, all LEDs
to the space station,
Yes. I mean, everything is illuminated.
getting into position for that fly around.
Then everything switches off. So the RO test has been nominal. I am ready to perform test of the RUD, translational hand controller. You have a go. Posigrade is nominal. Retrograde is nominal. The LEDs are on and then off. Now up LED is on and then off. The same down LED is on and off. To the left is the same. The same to the right. The translational hand controller test is nominal. I'm activating BPS исходная or initial. Everything is nominal. BPS исходная is activated. Everything is nominal, so the hardware of Toru has been performed successfully. Copy. Let's go to page 22. Monitoring of the automatic rendezvous and docking. In work. Alexander.
The team here on the ground is confirming that the fifth one of those short burns, Impulse 5, is completed as planned now, and also the test of the Toru system that the crew would use to bring in Progress for docking themselves if there was a problem with the automatic system has also been tested and is ready if needed.
Is on. Работа or operation is on. And AGC mode is on. I think it's better. Can you confirm? Yes, it's great. Alexander, now you can deactivate Работа. I'm deactivating Работа. Работа or operation is deactivated. Okay, copy, Alexander. Okay, so the retrograde burn is going on. Do you see the picture? Yes, we received the picture. It is stable. Yura, as soon as you have some issues with the image, please tell me, and I won't report in a while. It is okay. All right, we'll do, Alexander.
Seeing a view here now from the cameras on board Progress looking at the International Space Station. You can see the space station's looming much larger in its view as it moves closer. It's now less than half a mile away from the station, about a little less than 2,000 feet away, and continuing to move in for that fly around. Fly around scheduled to start in about 2 minutes now. And the team here on the ground reported that the final of those short impulse firings was performed and went as planned as well. Progress is flying at about 3 miles per hour towards the space station, getting ready to begin that fly around that will put it in place in front of the Piers docking compartment, where it will be docking at 10:30 p.m. Central.
Alexander,
we don't receive any image now. Could you please report? Okay, so it's fly around, going on. The range is 295 meters, and range rate is 0.63. I'm receiving a stable picture on board. Everything is nominal. Copy.
Flight controllers in Russia, they're talking with the crew on board the space station, and the crew reporting that the fly around has started, although we are momentarily out of range of video downlink from the space station. The fly around will take about 6 more minutes before the Progress should be basically in place and ready to begin station keeping,
The range
staying a steady distance away from the International Space Station and
okay, copy. It's fly around.
ready for its docking, which is now 16 minutes away, scheduled for 10:30 p.m. Central Time.
The range is 250 to 150, and the range rate is 0.35. So it's a fly around going on pitch.
Crew reporting down on the fly around of Progress 56, reporting that it's about 250 meters away from the station, about 820 feet, and moving at 0.35 meters per second, which is less than 1 mile per hour.
The range is 238.27 is the range rate. Okay, copy, Alexander. The fly around is continuing.
W по курсу практически закончен, скорость на сближение 0,22, расстояние 228.
The range is 228 meters, the range rate is 0.22, the fly around is almost completed. Copy, Alexander.
Начался W по тангажу, уходит под нас. Расстояние 222 метра, скорость на сближение 0,19.
The vehicle is almost beneath us, and the range is 222 meters, and the range rate is 0.19. Copy, Alexander.
Progress continuing to slow down and move in closer as it comes near the end of this fly-around portion of its journey to the space station.
Copy. So the fly around on pitch is going on. Copy.
It's now about 700 feet away from the station and moving at less than half a mile per hour.
I can see the docking assembly on docking SO module. Okay, copy, Alexander.
Rushing into the space station, visible here from the view coming from the Progress 56 vehicle. Begins to get lined up with the Piers docking compartment that it'll be linking to the International Space Station through.
Yes, we received the picture, Alexander. Good. I can observe the Progress vehicle visually. Station keeping mode.
6:20.
At 6:20.
Ожидаем причал на корабле.
Inaudible, we are expecting the final approach on board the vehicle. Yes. Okay, yes, it's final approach on board the vehicle and on board the station as well.
И вход в 6:22.
And addition as well.
И вход в 6:22.
And at 6:22.
На корабле фара уже включена. 6:22.
At 6:22, and the floodlight is on. Yes, the floodlight is activated on board the vehicle. Everything is very visible.
Heard the team there on the ground team going over the checklist with the crew on board the space station, making sure everything is ready for the arrival of the Progress 56 vehicle, which is now beginning its final approach to the space station, having completed its fly around. Scheduled to dock to the Piers docking compartment on the Russian end of the space station at 10:30 p.m. Central Time.
Ожидаем вход в тень.
We are expecting the eclipse. Copy, Moscow.
Progress is now about 400 feet away from the space station and the Piers docking compartment, and speeding up a little bit again to get back on target for that docking. It's now about a mile and a half per hour.
Опять замирание картинки у нас, просьба ветеринара.
So we don't have the image anymore. Could you please report what you see, Alexander?
Просьба вести репортаж.
Could you please report what you observe, Alexander, on board the station, because we don't receive the image. 78 meters is the range, and 0.3432 is the range rate. I can see the target. Everything is nominal. Copy, Alexander. It's a reminder, at 30 minutes, you will have to send the command breakout allowed. Okay, copy that. So the target is 1 square to the left. Okay, copy.
Flight Engineer Alexander Skvortsov reporting down to the team here on the ground. The Progress moves in closer.
25.
About 8 minutes away now from the scheduled 10:30 p.m. docking of the Progress 56 to the International Space Station.
Are nominal. We are receiving the image on the ground, Alexander, now. Okay, copy.
Александр, хорошее изображение.
Alexander, do you have a good lucid image from the Progress? I have it better on Mac and on the Regular monitor, not so good. Maybe I should use AGC mode again.
Вас понял.
Okay, copy, Alexander. But I can see it very clearly on the Mach. Mach, shows a very good picture.
В принципе, для
Actually, for eclipse, I think,
при подходе будет
it will be better on the crosshairs. But the docking interface is very clearly seen.
150 feet to go now to the Piers docking compartment, and about 6.5 minutes left to the scheduled docking.
The range is 45 meters.
Есть готовность.
The readiness, inaudible. Copy.
$114 feet now left to go before the Progress reaches the Piers docking compartment.
I'm ready to activate Rabota and breakout allowed. Okay, it's a go in work. And I'm sending the breakout allowed. Both commands have been sent. The AGS has been activated, and now the image is better and clearer. Okay, copy. There is roll. Copy.
You can see the view here from the Progress vehicle as it's moving in ever closer. Now about 50 feet away from the space station, and about 2.5 minutes left to go until it's scheduled to reach the Piers docking compartment. And you can see the crosshairs lining up in preparation for that docking. 16 feet left.
Есть касание. Есть сетка.
We have contact. Copy. Contact.
Ребят, я вас поздравляю.
Congratulations, guys.
And Progress 56 now arrived at the International Space Station at 10:31 p.m. Central Time. The station and Progress were
Мы также всех поздравляем.
259 rather miles above the Pacific Ocean off the west coast of South America. Again, that was 10:31 p.m. Central Time docking.
I have to be done up.
259 miles above the Pacific Ocean off the west coast of South America.
Команду, работа, включение телевидения. Работа у нас включена, отключена.
Работа.
Вот он команду включения телевидения.
And also TV off.
See here where Progress has just docked on the Piers docking compartment in the
Сейчас, одну минуту.
Okay, stand by.
right-hand side of the screen, bottom right-hand side.
Я так понимаю, запись нам ПЕК-2 тоже можно остановить уже.
And we can stop the recording now, correct? Alexander,
Включение ТВ.
first you have to send the command
Отключение ТВ с ПУ БПС.
to deactivate the TVS, PUBPS. That's correct.
Отключение ТВ выдал.
And also TV off command has been sent. Copy.
Александр, а работа у вас на пульте
Alexander,
нажата?
do you have Rabota depressed on the BPS panel? Yes, of course. Copy.
Еще раз подтвердите эту команду отключение ТВ.
And please confirm the command TV off. Yes. I should have held the button for a longer time. Now I can see that the command went through. Okay.
Александр, ожидаем стягивания.
Alexander,
Стягивание
latching first and then
по выключению ТОРу.
reactivate Toro.
Да, я понял вас. Жду вас.
Yes, understood. I'm waiting for your instructions.
Once again, the Progress 56 cargo vehicle has now arrived at the International Space Station. It docked at 10:31 p.m. Central Time. Well, the station and Progress were about 259 miles above the Pacific Ocean off the west coast of South America, and brought with it 5,705 pounds of cargo. And the team here on the ground now reporting that the hooks that connect the Progress vehicle to the International Space Station have closed, signaling the end of its docking. Again, docking took place at 10:31 p.m. Central Time, following today's 4:44 p.m. Central Time launch. With the hooks closed between the Progress and the International Space Station, we're going to wrap up our coverage of today's docking of Progress 56. One more time to go through the numbers. Progress 56 launched at 4:44 p.m. Central Time from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, and then made a quick trip to the International Space Station for a docking at 10:30 p.m. to the Pirs docking compartment on the Russian side of the space station. It's bringing with it delivery of 5,705 pounds of cargo, which includes 1,764 pounds of propellant, 48 pounds of oxygen, 57 of air, 926 pounds of water, and 2,910 pounds of dry cargo that includes food, supplies, and spare parts. So the Progress now safely docked at the space station. The crew will be wrapping up their day and heading to bed in about 30 minutes to an hour. And then they'll get a late start on the day tomorrow rather than their normal wake-up time about 1 a.m. Central Time. They'll be sleeping until about 7 or 8 a.m. Central Time. But you can come back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central for our regular space station, or 9 a.m. Central for our regular Space Station Live coverage. Again, that's going to be at 9 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. This is Mission Control Houston.